Alright boys, look lively, reinforcements have arrived.
Hi guys, how you doing? It's Big Mac Dance School here again today with day 6 of Orktober. Now you can see in front of you a box. Now it's got 3 stripes on it, so you might know a brand that be connected with and think, well, Big Mac Dance School likes to run, so he's just got himself some new running shoes. But my loyalties lie elsewhere in that concern. So it's not actually got any trainers in it. It's a package. I've got reinforcements and they've arrived from eBay. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, it's going to be messy, this one. Whoa, that's not too bad. Very well packaged. I always like to see how people package things on eBay. This has obviously got a load of shredded paper inside to protect the miniature. I say miniature, it's a big miniature, as you can see. You may have guessed what it is by now. Just clear this package out of the way now, if I can. There we go. So I've gone and bought myself a Gorkanaut. Well, I say it's a Gorkanaut. It's got the Gorkanaut weapons on there, but it has a void. What's it called? It's got basically a shield generator on there, and that means I could run it as a Morkanaut if I wanted to. Now I've got 2 options. I really like the paint job on this. But it doesn't really fit with my army. So what I'm gonna do is just paint it a little force to match with it. Because the thing about orcs is, although they come from loads of different clans and stuff, they don't really like in a war. They'll hang out in their clans within the war, but all the clans will go to a war. So yeah, I'm gonna paint some Bad Moon orcs myself then, to match this. Not too many, maybe. Like this is Gorkanauts are, as far as I'm aware, Gorkanauts are like driven by knobs that just want something bigger and more smashy and stompy to do a job for them. So what I'd do, I'd just maybe paint some knobs or some burners or something to go along with this. They're really nice doors though. The reason you may have seen in previous videos, I'm building a Gorkanaut or Morkanaut myself with doors from a drop pod, because I really like the drop pod doors, and it looks like an assault vehicle then, even though it's not in the rules an assault vehicle. Yeah, so that's the reason I'm building my own out of a drop pod. But now I've got this in my hand, actually, they're really nice doors. So I'm thinking maybe I didn't need to do that. But my Gorkanaut or Morkanaut is actually a lot bigger as well. So mine's kind of like between a Stomper and a Gorkanaut, Morkanaut. What I'll do actually, I'll pause the video and I'll bring in what I've got so far. I'll turn this sideways. Yeah, just have a nice look around that. It's lovely. So I'm going to pause the video here and then I'll show you what I've got so far for mine. So as you can see guys, now that side by side, the one I've been building is actually massive in comparison. So I'm not sure whether I should trim it down or just for variety, just keep it the size it is, just so it looks different. I've tried to mimic the shape of the Gorkanaut, the sort of you know, it's out at the bottom on the front and then out at the back on the top. So I've tried to mimic that shape, and then we'll turn it around again, get it to the front, and I've got a power claw that I've made from fins from the drop pod. If we compare that side by side, that's you know, it's a fair bit bigger, because like this piece is all an arm section, and that's like a forearm. So if you imagine, I've got to stick an upper arm piece on there as well. So yes, I guess I could run it as a Stomper if I wanted to, because it's between the size of a Stomper and a Gorkanaut. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a Stomper head on it anyway, which is a lot bigger. I'll pause it again here. So here's your Stomper head for comparison. As you can see, it's massive. It's probably a little bit too big for the body of this. So I might try and fashion another head just out of pieces. But you know, if you compare it to the Gorkanaut head here, it's absolutely ginormous. Now I could change the design of this completely and just run it as a Gorkanaut, but I'm not sure I want to do that, you know. So there's a lot of decisions to be made, a lot of planning to be done. Now I've got this in hand. I've seen them in the shops and stuff, in display cabinets in GW in Manchester. But you know, I didn't really transfer the size of it well in my head. Basically, I've gone in, I've looked at it, I thought, oh yeah, so it's about the same size as a drop pod, and then I've measured the drop pod fins, they go up to about here, but the drop pods, the fins are a bit longer, it seems. So yeah, I'm going to have to maybe reassess this a little bit. The weapons on it though, like this is going to be, it's absolutely massive compared to this one, but this is going to be that weapon there. But yeah, it's huge, so I may have to reassess a few things, but I'm sure, you know, I don't play an awful lot, so it's more about the modelling for me. So in that case, I guess, you know, I can do whatever I want, and the few times I do use it, then I'm sure my opponents, the guys I play, they'll be more than happy to allow me to use it as either a Stomper or a Gorkanaut or Morkanaut. One thing I was thinking of doing was trying to get this off here and just use this solely as a Gorkanaut, and then put this onto this guy here and use that as my Morkanaut, so then I can run the two in the same game. So it's yeah, it's only glued on just there, so it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to remove, and then just patch that up with maybe a panel over the top or something like that, or even just paint over it, you know, make it look like battle damage. That could work quite well as well. Yeah, so there's my plans for the future. But if you just look at the paint job of this guy, yeah, I really think like I've got quite a bit of a bargain, I'd say. Let's just see if we can get the camera to focus a little better. There we go. Yeah, so all the rust effects, chipping effects, and everything on there. He didn't claim it was pro painted or anything, which a lot of people would do if they painted it to this standard. He just said it was well painted, and said, you know, a few of the types of effects he's used on there. But these are all effects that I've been trying to mimic on my knobs. You may have seen in a previous Orktober video. You know, with chipping and stuff on shoulder plates, stuff like that. So yeah, I only paid I think it was around £72 and then £4.50 shipping for this, and the Gorkanaut Morkanaut model itself is £65. So effectively for this fantastic paint job, I've only paid £10, which I'm more than happy with. You know, I think it's a fantastic result for me compared to some of my previous eBay purchases when you know, I thought I'd been getting a bargain, but then there's been missing parts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and it's you know, it's going to be a great addition to my force next time I go and see my mate. I'm sure I'm gonna try and encourage him to try and take it out as early on as possible, and then hopefully it'll enable me to keep some of my other units in play for longer, like my looters, which are, you know, they can be really deadly at times. So thanks very much for watching, guys. This one's run a little bit longer than I intended, but I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you on the battlefield. One last thing as well, guys, I'll just pop a couple of links in the description below to channels taking part in Orktober. One of them is Pete over at Mini Warzone. He's the inspiration behind me taking part, and the other is Jamjar34. He's got a paint along of a War Boss up at the moment. So yeah, go and check those videos out, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the battlefield.